Is there a difference between I stay in and I live in? For example, I live in London or I stay in London. Both are correct grammatically, but contextually, they may differ in meaning. So if you'd like to know the difference between the two, you may stay to the end of the lesson. We'll certainly talk about it. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Victor, and I'm here to help you with some expressions you may have found yourself misusing, and you may not even know. Now, before we go into the lesson, I'd like you to know that some of these expressions are idiomatic expressions. And idioms, they are static expressions. They don't change form. They may not sound pleasing to your ears. I mean, sometimes you may want to argue their grammatical correctness, but that's how they've been used from ages to ages since they were formed. So you just have to understand that the way the natives have been using them is the way that is grammatically accepted worldwide, as long as you're dedicated to learning English. One of those idioms is an idiom that talks about living within one's means or spending only what you can afford. And that idiom, you hear people say, cut your coat according to your size. There's a word in that expression that's rendered it incorrect, and that word is size. The idiom doesn't use the word size, it uses the word cloth. So instead of saying cut your coat according to your size, rather say cut your coat according to your cloth. That is the grammatically accepted expression in English. So for instance, you want to advise someone to spend within their means so they can avoid debt, then you can use the idiomatic expression, you must cut your coat according to your cloth if you want to avoid debt. Very simple. So the next one is a commonly misused expression. I mean, it's so rife in the Nigerian society, and you really can't blame most people using that expression because it stems from the direct translation of the native language to English language. So I'm coming, you're talking with someone and then they want to quickly attend to someone or something else and they tell you, I'm coming. That's their own way of saying, I'm leaving briefly, but I will return very soon. The correct expression is, I'll be right back, not I am coming. Now, this next one is used when a person has done brilliantly and people want to encourage them or wish them more success in life. They say more grease to your elbow. It doesn't just work that way. That's not the correct expression. The correct expression is more power to your elbow. It means well done, or I wish you more success. You did a great job, more power to your elbow. I think you can use that for me too if you find this video quite interesting, or if I've done a great job, you can type in the comment box, you did a great job, more power to your elbow. Thank you. The next one, on the long run, in the long run. On the long run, it's wrong. In the long run, that's the correct expression. And it means eventually or over a long period of time. In the long run, hard work always pays off. It means eventually or over a long period of time, hard work always pays off. Has someone ever made a call beside you and then they keep saying, I'm hearing you or I'm not hearing you? That's a wrong expression because the verb here is not an action verb that indicates an action. It's a stative verb that indicates feeling or perception or opinions. So verbs that express feelings, perception, opinions, those verbs, they cannot exist in the continuous form. It means they cannot indicate continuous action. We can't use them for continuous action. So any verb that has ing already indicates a continuous action. It means an action that's continuing in the moment, but with soon end. It's just a temporary action, but still ongoing. So if you say, I'm hearing you, hear is a stative verb, a verb indicating feeling. It cannot be used in a continuous form. So please do take note of this. Rather than say, I'm hearing you, just say, I can hear you. I can hear you. Now, after 9 months of carrying a baby in her womb, a woman is expected to bring forth that baby. Now, some people say she delivered a baby, which is not quite wrong itself. But if you're talking about the woman who gave birth, you don't use delivered a baby. You use she delivered a baby for a midwife. So if you're talking about a midwife or a medical professional who has helped a woman to bring forth or to give birth to a baby, then you can say she delivered a baby. But if you're talking about the woman who gave birth herself, you can say she had a baby or she gave birth to a baby. It's quite simple. In fact, she gave birth to a baby boy or she gave birth to a baby girl. It's a more natural expression. However, if you still want to use the word deliver, then it's rather be she was delivered of a baby boy. She was delivered of a baby boy. The structure is different from she delivered a baby boy. Moving on from there, we have as at when due, as at when due. This is another expression that is not correct. The correct expression is as and when due. It's just a case of substituting a word for another, a word that is not present in that idiom for another word. At is not present in that idiom, it is and. So people often replace and with at. As at when due, wrong. As and when due, right, correct. At the appropriate time, that's just the meaning. At the appropriate time. And now we have I am opportuned. I am opportuned to have been selected for the scholarship, or I am opportuned to have met the president at the concert last week. You hear something like this quite often. Opportuned. It's not correct. As a matter of fact, there is no word in English as opportuned. You have opportune without the D, but opportuned is not present in any variant of the English language. You'd rather say I am privileged, or I am fortunate, or I am lucky. So I'm fortunate to have seen the president at the concert last week, or I am privileged to be on the same team with you, which means, and privilege means I'm feeling honored or having a special advantage or opportunity to be on the same team with you. So now back to our two friends, live and stay. When do you use live and when do you use stay? We use live when talking about a permanent or long-term residence in an area, but we use stay when talking about short or temporary period, or when you're just visiting a place. So I can say I live in London. If I say I live in London, I'm correct. It means I am a resident in London. I'm not staying there temporarily. I'm going to be there for a long period of time, or I'm going to be there permanently. If I say I stay in London, it's also correct. It means I am visiting London and I will be back to my home country soon. Or I am in London just for a temporary period of time. I'm not going to be here for long or forever. That is the major difference between live in a place and stay in a place. So, for instance, you can stay in a hotel, but you can't live in a hotel because no one is expected to be in a hotel for too long. It's just for a short period of time. So that's why you can stay in a hotel, but you can't live in a hotel. But anywhere you see as your home or as a place that you are going to be for a very long time or permanently, that's where you live. Today we've talked about some commonly misused expressions in English. Do you find some more expressions quite conflicting or confusing, or you just often find yourself using a particular expression and you don't know whether it's right or not? You can drop in the comment box. We'd like to help you in another video with that. So don't forget to speak English more often and practice more so you can sound more natural. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I'm Victor once again, and bye.